So brush your teeth and floss with me. There's so much to learn and see. So come along and smile with me. It's the Kimmy Tutor Show.
That's me. Hi, it's Kimmy the Tooth Tutor, and I'm here today with Elvis. Hello. And we have a book to read to you. It's called Cassandra Gets Her Smile Back. It's by Sherri Alpert and illustrated by Tea Seroya. I'm doing another video, but I'm going to have it separate. And it is to help us deal with stress or anxiety. And the reason I'm doing this is because this book is about getting dental work done besides cleanings. So sometimes we need to get fillings, or because if we have cavities, we need to get them fixed. And sometimes we have to do other things like get our teeth pulled. And this book is just about going to the dentist and getting the work done, and that it's going to be okay. The other video that I am going to share at the same time is about helping our bodies deal with the nervous feeling that we get. Sometimes if we've felt scared or unsure about someplace because we haven't done this before, our body responds to that by making us feel stressed or anxious. And so I'm going to give you some things you can do to help you deal with that. So when you go to the dentist, you can do these things, and you can use it all over your life, anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. You can do these things, and it will help you to calm yourself and feel better. So here's the book. So this is Cassandra Gets Her Smile Back. I'm going to scooch Elvis over a bit. There was once a girl named Cassandra. Cassandra liked to do so many things. She liked to go to school. She liked to ride her bike. She liked to color pictures. Cassandra especially liked to smile. She smiled all the time, everywhere she went. She smiled at children. She smiled at grown-ups, and she smiled at little babies. It's hard to not smile at babies. She smiled at animals like dogs and cats, and sheep and pigs, and Cassandra even smiled at worms. I don't know if I've ever smiled at a worm, have you? Cassandra also liked to eat sweet things. She loved lollipops and jelly beans, bubblegum and chocolate bars. Cassandra liked to visit the candy store every day. Oh my goodness, if we had a candy store, I would try to not go all the time. When Cassandra's mother told Cassandra to brush her teeth, she did not always listen. She was too busy playing with her friends and nibbling on sweets. So what do we know? We know you should brush your teeth at least 2 times a day, right? In the morning and at night at the very least. And that you shouldn't eat sweets all the time. One day, Cassandra looked in the mirror. There were 5 yucky brown spots on her pretty front teeth. Uh-oh. Now Cassandra wanted to brush her teeth. She scrubbed and scrubbed with her toothbrush, but the little brown spots would not go away. Cassandra even asked her mother to help her brush. However, her mom could not help make her teeth look right again. Because you know what that is? She had cavities. Cassandra didn't want to smile anymore. She did not want to open her mouth because then someone might see the ugly brown spots on her teeth. She did not smile at children. She did not smile at grown-ups. She did not smile at animals. She especially did not smile at those cute little worms. Cassandra and her mother went to the dentist's office. She played in the waiting room with lots of other children and their parents. It's a little different in waiting rooms right now. Then it was Cassandra's turn to see the dentist. Cassandra was so worried. She was maybe a little anxious because she had never met a dentist before and wondered what the dentist would do to her teeth. The dental assistant, Terry, came out to the waiting room to bring Cassandra and her mom back. That is to the operatory. The operatory is the room where the dentist fixes teeth. Cassandra felt a little afraid. However, when Cassandra got to the room, she saw a woman smiling on a small chair next to a big chair. The woman waved. "Hello, my name is Dr. White. I am going to be your dentist." Cassandra breathed a sigh of relief. Dr. White did not seem scary at all. Dr. White asked Cassandra to open her mouth so the dentist could peek inside with a little mirror. Cassandra, I think you may have cavities. A lot of us have heard that, right? Dr. White explained that a cavity is a grown-up word for brown stuff on Cassandra's teeth. Cavities are bad for teeth. When your teeth get them, or you get them when you eat too much sugar and don't brush your teeth enough. And cavities don't get smaller, they only get bigger. I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to do to clean and fix your teeth. Dr. White even let Cassandra hold the horse and count its teeth. It's like a small version of Elvis. Then Dr. White introduced Mr. Whistle. Mr. Whistle is a silver water pick, and he squirts cold water on the teeth to help clean out cavities. Next, Dr. White introduced Mr. Bumpy. So this is Mr. Whistle, and this is Mr. Bumpy. It's actually called a high speed and a slow speed, if you want to know the real words. Mr. Bumpy, also silver, has a round nose. He is a drill and has a very loud voice. Finally, Dr. White introduced Mr. Thirsty. Mr. Thirsty is white, and he acts like a backward straw. He sucks water out of your mouth instead of putting drinks in your mouth. And sometimes you can close your lips around it and it goes, it's very silly. Before Dr. White could fix Cassandra's teeth, she had to count them. Cassandra had 20 teeth. Then Dr. White took pictures of Cassandra's teeth with a big camera. It's called an X-ray machine, said Dr. White. A few minutes later, she showed Cassandra her cavities on the X-rays. See these dark little dots? Those are where the sugar bugs have eaten holes in the teeth. Then it was time to fix Cassandra's teeth. Dr. White told Cassandra, hold up your hand if you need to rest, and I will stop. Dr. White held Mr. Whistle. Terry held Mr. Thirsty, and Cassandra's mom held Cassandra's hand. Sometimes, right now, our parents can't go with us into this situation, but hopefully that will change very soon. Dr. White put Mr. Whistle into Cassandra's mouth for only 3 seconds at a time. She counted out loud. 1, 2, 3. That helps us to know what to expect, right? Next, Dr. White put Mr. Bumpy into Cassandra's mouth. Cassandra's mouth shook, and she thought it sounded like a race car when Dr. White used Mr. Bumpy. Mr. Bumpy took all of the brown stuff off of Cassandra's teeth, leaving tiny holes. After this, Terry used Mr. Thirsty to suck all of the yucky brown stuff out of Cassandra's mouth. Then Terry handed some white tooth makeup to Dr. White. She put the tooth makeup on the holes of Cassandra's teeth, and it looked nice and clean. And then she shined a pretty blue light on the tooth to make it change the tooth makeup from soft to hard. When Cassandra looked in the mirror, she could hardly believe her eyes. Her pretty smile was back. Dr. White said to keep your pretty smile, you must brush your teeth how many times a day? 2 times a day. And brush after you eat candy. Cassandra decided, I am going to do just what you told me, Dr. White. I will brush my teeth after eating meals and after I eat sweets, so they will stay bright and not get any more brown spots. The dentist kindly patted Cassandra on her hand. Cassandra's mom was very proud of her. Cassandra was so happy that she smiled at Dr. White, and she smiled at Terry, and then she smiled at her mom. And as they were leaving, she smiled at all of the other people in the office, so they would know how good she felt about having her smile back. Then Cassandra smiled at every creature she saw on the way home, especially worms. I'm going to have to remember that and smile at a worm next time I see it. Elvis and I hope you enjoyed the book. Have a great week. Take care. And remember to smile even at worms. Have a good week. Bye.